The big story, obviously, this week, you're a huge Jet fan. Aaron Rodgers trade is official.
Yeah.
Two things to me about this deal finally happening. It is the difference between the AFC and the NFC is just absolutely staggering.
That is correct.
And I've been a little taken aback. Now, you're a Jet fan, so I'm curious for this. I'm a little taken aback by how, from everything I'm seeing, everyone thinks the Jets are in the AFC title game, which may happen. I'm not saying it won't. But the AFC, I think people are forgetting how stacked the AFC is. It's not going to be easy, even with Aaron Rodgers. I don't know. What's your...
I know.
But what are your expectations for the Jets?
Jimmy, there's a seat at the table. The Jets have a seat at the table. They now have a seat at the table in the AFC with a shot to do it. Obviously, when you have Mahomes and Burrow and Allen, who have made the Final Four in the AFC consecutive years now, and that fourth chair has changed. Last year, that fourth chair was filled by Trevor Lawrence. The year before, that fourth chair was filled by Ryan Tannehill. I mean, so who's going to sit in that fourth chair if you assume it's Burrow, Allen, and Mahomes making it again? Well, would it have been Zach Wilson if we had this conversation and Aaron Rodgers wasn't in the mix? I would proffer to say no. Aaron Rodgers is in the mix. Can you say that the Jets are not going to occupy that fourth chair? No. So it's worth the swing. It's worth the going for it. It cost them 2 spots in the first round. It cost them a second-round pick that they manufactured by flipping a receiver they weren't going to field much anyway. And then it's next year's draft choice that will most likely be a 1. Is it worth taking the swing and for us to have this conversation that they will have a seat at the table? I say yes. I'm sick and tired of getting kicked in the nards, man. This is time. Yeah. And I think the rest of the Jets feel the same way.
Yeah, listen, if you're the Jets, you have to make that trade. If you want to be competitive, there's just no two ways about it. If I was a Jet fan, I wouldn't like the fact that he said he was 90% retired and then locked himself in the house for 4 days.
Man. Look,
I wouldn't like, I'm just saying I wouldn't like that.
And I of course not, of course not. But he was 90% retired because he had aged out of his locker room. He's 90% retired because his thumb was hurt all year long and he wasn't playing up to his speed anymore, up to his MVP level. And last year he was tired, 90% retired, because I think he really didn't like the management team there significantly. Now the management team of his team has expressly made it known publicly and by every inch of their actions, from flying out to take him to dinner to Malibu that they've pulled off, and all the deals that they made and beginning to get ready for the trade that was inevitable. I mean, it's a different situation. So yes, can he have a season where he goes into a cave in, March of 2024, and that's now, metropolitan area news on everybody's, station in New York City? Yeah, that's entirely possible. But is it worth the swing this year? 1,000,000%. Yeah. So I don't know. Look, the best case scenario out of everything for the Jets, Rodgers plays 2 years, wins the Super Bowl in either one of those two, and Zach Wilson suddenly has the light bulb go on over his head because of his daily routine watching Aaron Rodgers and gets enough reps time to give the Jets enough of an idea that he's ready to roll. And the handoff happens like Favre to Rodgers, like Packers fans are used to having, the easy handoff where there's a golden road paved of 2 more decades of winning. That's the open case, best case scenario. Is that going to happen? Probably not.
Yeah, you're asking for a lot there.
Another best case scenario is Rodgers loves it. He's on the AR8 system and plays till he's like, Brady had some of his best years from age 38 on. So we'll see.
Yeah, I guess the one thing I've been a little surprised about this week is, and this happened last year. This happened last year where people, I don't want to say dismissed. That's not the right word. People, NFL fans, I felt like Mahomes sort of like flew under the radar. And then he's still like, I get Aaron Rodgers is a no brainer for the Jets, and the Jets are instantly better, and the Jets are going to be a powerhouse. You still have to get through Patrick Mahomes,
of course, and Burrow and Allen and Russell Wilson.
But see, that's what I'm saying. Those guys not on. No, Mahomes is here, and then those guys.
Jimmy,
are here.
Jimmy. They've got the Jets have. The Jets play the AFC West.
Right.
They do play Russ. They do play Herbert. They do play Mahomes. They do play
the NFC East.
They play the NFC East. They will play Jalen Hurts. They will play Dak Prescott. By the way, I think Rodgers' first game as a Jet at Dallas reeks of the first Sunday or Monday nighter of Week 1 to me.
Now, you don't think? I was going to ask you about that. You don't think they'll save that for Thanksgiving?
Oh gosh, I don't. I mean, you look at the Jets' schedule, Jimmy, and there are so many nationally televisable games with Aaron Rodgers now the quarterback of the Jets. You can have your pick of the litter. I mean, that would be a terrific Thanksgiving game, I think. I just do not know what their general sense of thinking is. And I'm sure they would also love to know if Lamar's coming back, because that would differentiate the Ravens schedule in my mind, how much they're nationally televisable. But I don't know. Look, like I said, yes, they do have to go through those guys. You are right. It is a huge issue. That's why they had to make this trade too. Zach Wilson goes through that crucible. You're 4 wins, 3, 5, 6. Who knows?
100%.
So, and they had to do. Let's see how it goes.